We hear the word bullying a lot these days, but what does it really mean? Tonight, the troubleshooters examine how students and schools view this issue and why the line between bullying and being bullied can be blurry. Here's Len Bestoff with our story.
Justin knows he stands out in a crowd, and because of that, he also knows he's more likely to get bullied.
I've always been targeted because I'm different.
The 18-year-old's story resonates with many kids who also feel different and have felt victimized by peers in and out of the classroom. This student did not want to show her identity. She's still in school with her former bully. She tells us problems started with a misunderstanding on the athletic field, which spiraled out of control.
It was a lot of words and name calling, rumors also between the class, who some kids in the class I never talked to.
These two cases show there are different types of bullying. So the question is, what can we do to stop it?
Dr. Laura Saunders is a child psychologist at Hartford Hospital. She says it's our instinct to have conflicts with peers, and oftentimes kids don't realize they've taken it too far.
All individuals, starting with children, get involved in conflicts.
Saunders adds it's all about climbing the social ladder. What's surprising is the bully and victim have more similarities than you might think.
There's actually a subcategory that we call the bully victim. It is not uncommon that someone who has been bullied in the past then goes on to become a bully.
Signs to look for in both bullies and victims include mood swings, a change in grades, and a sense of insecurity. Kids don't react the same way adults do when they lack power and control. If a kid takes out frustration on others at home, chances are they do the same at school.
You did a good job.
15-year-old Devin doesn't consider himself a bully, but he admits he's gotten in trouble for something he said to someone. His conflicts are mostly with friends and start out small.
We'll go back at each other for stuff that we're wearing or something.
But Devin admits it escalates quickly.
Mostly it gets out of hand into fights.
While it's easy to pigeonhole kids who act more aggressively, keep in mind many have goals and dreams. Devin wants to be a mechanical engineer. He too gets upset when people pick on him. And if you ask Devin to describe himself, you wouldn't think he's been written up for bullying either.
Smart, I could be caring, funny, outgoing, and I like a lot of attention.
And like most 15-year-olds, loving attention sometimes gets him in trouble.
It's just like a laughing audience, so if you get the most people to laugh, then the other person lost, basically.
Which is exactly what Dr. Saunders wants everyone to understand.
I don't like the philosophy of boys will be boys, which is that sense of, you know what, this is just what kids do, so it's okay.
Connecticut takes bullying very seriously. Several statutes protect students from what are considered acts of meanness, including the implementation of school climate surveys, where administrators monitor how safe students feel on campus.
Meriden public schools send out climate surveys twice a year. They use them to find possible victims and to also scan for aggressive behavior.
So what we're looking at is patterns over time.
Superintendent Mark Benigni says if a student shows increased aggression in his or her responses, a school psychologist will reach out.
I think that's how we can prevent some of these bullying behaviors.
Saunders insists parents should teach kids how to redirect their aggression.
Just like we're trying to teach them academic skills, we need to teach them social skills and life skills, because that's what translates to getting along later in life when you have conflicts.
Saunders says there's no shame in addressing the problem at its source early by reevaluating how kids treat others outside of home.
How do we empower kids to come forward and say there's a problem when it's a small problem as opposed to when it's a big problem?
This is bullying, and this is a problem.
With the troubleshooters, Len Bestoff, NBC, Connecticut.
And if you have a story idea for the troubleshooters, call 1-800-523-9848 or send an email to troubleshooters@nbcconnecticut.com.